voice of the synth gods. Are we okay to start Keyboard Corner? Yes! Hello, welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jack and we're here with...
Luke from Korg.
Every time. Right. We just had a lovely walkthrough of this delicious smorgasbord of synthesis, and now in the middle, you don't know that, we've got another video, so check that out. What we got here in the middle?
This is the Arp Odyssey.
It looks awesome.
It's a legendary synthesizer.
Yeah. And you're in very kindly in today. Luke's come in to talk me through, like as the layman, which I am, pure layman, and give little tips and just walk us through the product. So Arp Odyssey, where do you want to kick us off, mate?
Well, I think a good place to start with this is somewhere. Often people will come to this and it's quite daunting because obviously there's loads of controls and stuff. And often
that's what I feel.
Yeah, someone will come to it and it's like, oh, not making a sound. Why is that? And it could be for many reasons because
so this
the
could
filter could be closed, or the volume's not up, or whatever it is. Something as simple as that, or it's something's not quite configured. But I have this like quick start thing which I like to show people how to get it into an initialized state basically, so then you can start making sounds. So the way you do that is you put all the faders down, all of them down.
Yep. You're paying attention? Good.
Yes, and then all of the switches up.
Right.
And then there's just a couple of simple steps to get a sound. So nothing at the moment.
Like an initial patch.
Yeah.
This is the way to get it there.
Yeah. So first thing you need to do is, this is the mixer basically for your two oscillators. So you just need to bring up one or both of those so you can hear them. Still no sound there.
Okay.
Second thing is bring up the volume, which is this. Because it's based on the original, there wasn't an original volume control on it because it's kind of born out of the ARP 2500, 2600, which were modular synths. So it just has a VCA gain, which is basically the volume. So we stick that up, put the envelope up. So we've got a quick attack, immediate release, and then just a square envelope basically.
Lovely.
And then just bring up the filter.
Yeah, let's go for it.
And there he is.
Ta-da!
And you're in straight away.
That's great.
Yeah, so for anyone who's thinking of the Odyssey or even has one, that's a really neat trick to learn.
Or you're coming into the store. That's what
to try one out.
I just had. You had a great walkthrough of those things with me, where I feel like I could have a fiddle now and get some music out of it. So hey, we've got a note. I talk too much anyway, and make other people. What would you go? Where would you suggest we go next? So you're in the store. You've got this note. Have a fiddle. Play some licks.
So the obvious thing to start it off with is have a listen to how the filter sounds, so you can change the cut off there. You can add some resonance if you want.
Oh, let's.
So some higher.
Can I go half mast? Let's go. I love half mast.
But what's great about this one as well is you've got the three different types of filter from the original three revisions of the Arp Odyssey, because there were three different versions of it. So we've actually included all three, and they all sound quite different. So there's a lot less.
Are they different slopes?
Exactly. Yeah. And actually different circuits.
And slopes, I mean, it's like the amount of decibels per octave it drops off. Stuff,
yes,
so,
exactly. Yeah. So that you can hear there's a lot.
I read a book once.
One book you read?
No.
Yeah. So in that position with a filter fully open and half mast resonance, the third one there obviously has a lot less spot mend than say 2 and 1, for instance. So they all.
This is a bit higher up as well.
See more high frequency there.
Yeah, it's wicked. It's great.
So yeah, because some people think, the kind of synth nerds out there, I prefer the first Odyssey filter, or I prefer the third one, or whatever. Yeah. So they're all in there, so you don't have to even worry about that. Yeah, you can do all that. This section here is just the tuning of your oscillators. So oscillator 1 and 2. Yeah. So we've got them both active, as you can hear here. So if you want to...
Should we just hear one on its own?
Yeah. So if you just turn down the fader here, that one. That's it. So now we're only hearing oscillator 1. So you can tune it.
Keep going. Let me bring this mate in.
Because that's slightly detuned, you get that really kind of a lot more fatness to the sound. Now, something that a lot of people don't realise with the Odyssey is it's actually duophonic. So that means you can actually play two notes at once.
Let's do it.
So you can play harmonies as well. which is a little bit underused, I think, with this instrument because
No, it's
it gives
definitely.
you so much more opportunity to do different things.
So that you don't have to flick it into anything to make it
No,
duophonic.
it's automatic. So what it does is it splits out those two oscillators automatically.
Is there a unison?
No, but there's a neat way via patching that you can make it unison if you want to do that. But
that's quite interesting. It's duophonic off the bat.
Yeah.
Normally it's the other way around.
Absolutely. Yeah. So and you've got your different waveforms, of course. So saw wave, square wave. So you can have a mix of the two.
Cool. Let's keep listening to those different waves. They're alright. So that's a square.
So you've got square or saw. But what's nice is that because it's a fully analog synth, you can make it self-oscillate and play as pure sine wave as well if you want to. All this section here are basically ways to manipulate those different oscillators. So for instance, you can do frequency modulation, you can do pulse width of the square wave.
Can we have a listen to some of this stuff?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, sorry, we're here.
Yeah, so square wave now.
I might be able to then actually give people what they want.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's find out. So that's adjusting the pulse width.
Yeah.
So the shape of the wave, making it narrow.
Or nick back from sonic state.
Oh, it'll be all over that, yeah.
He's not my dog.
And then you can modulate that as well,
Yeah. With the LFO.
Yeah, which is there. So pulse width modulation, which a lot of people want.
I want it.
Yeah.
You're giving it to me.
You can also modulate the frequency, so.
Lovely.
You can also send that to the LFO.
Pete's vibrato.
I think his is a bit wider than that.
Yeah. Got a full octave. Voice of God, give me your vibrato. In Denmark, they only had LFOs to listen to when they were learning to sing.
Like yodeling vibrato. Yeah. Yeah, so you've got that. You've got the same thing on the second oscillator as well.
And again, I'd stress, remember what you're doing here. Watch the video if you're not used to it, and come in and then maybe follow these steps. And then once you've got these basic blocks down, go off piece. So we've got some frequency modulation going on there with the pulse width.
Obviously, talking about the LFO, you've got different things you can send to the LFO. So that was the pitch, effectively, we send to the LFO here. But you can also send, for instance, the filter, which is a commonly used thing. So let's bring in the second oscillator. Send the filter to the LFO. And there it is.
Oh yeah. Everyone started gurning then. Nothing to do with the filter.
Well, obviously that's the rate that I'm changing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got a massive range regarding the frequency.
Can you change the shape of the LFO as well?
You can not from to the filter, but you can here. So that when we were doing it on the pitch,
right? Yeah,
you could have choppy. It stepping, yeah. And then obviously as you move across, you've got things like the envelope. So at the moment, we're listening to it through this envelope here because we've got the switch on the attack and release. But if you wanted to have a more interesting envelope, if you want with more options, you can go to the ADSR. Flick it down. So let's turn off the LFO. Sound back.
Yeah.
And then
great core sound.
Yeah.
Famous Arp Odyssey bits. Herbie Hancock.
Herbie Hancock's probably the most famous.
Sounds like Herbie Hancock.
Yeah, and there's a lot of kind of those 70s funk players who used the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Around that era, and the kind of two keyboards which were always on stage were the Arp Odyssey and the Minimoog, of course.
Yeah.
So there was those two kind of vying for position, and this was incredibly popular back then. And it was used famously on a little bit other stuff like the Doctor Who theme. The original one was on an Arp Odyssey, so it's got a hell of a lot of history in there.
Yeah, definitely. So, was it like this form factor?
It was. Well,
these are mini, slightly smaller keys.
Yeah, no, this is the Arp Odyssey Mini, if you like. The original one was full-size keys, exactly like this, but just slightly bigger. So.
Did you do a limited? Did you do a full-size one?
Yes, in fact, yeah, we're just about to do another run of that as well. So yeah,
yeah, cause I know because I had a drum tech who's well into. Yeah, he was on my case about getting one on the cheap from Andertons. Like, no way. Full price. Everyone pays full price.
Yeah, that's right.
Pays with their life. Okay, where we were wobbling stuff.
Yeah, so we were listening to the envelope. So that's quite a kind of square envelope at the moment.
Yeah.
If you can soften up the attack. And then
Nice.
have a little bit of release.
That'd be quite nice with.
Or you could do something like.
Yep. Great.
Like Radio Gaga, isn't it?
Yeah. Does it have any sequencing stuff in there or not?
No, nothing at all.
Cool.
So everything is done live. But obviously, when we reissued it, we were very conscious that people want to connect it to other stuff. So we did include MIDI and USB on the back, because obviously back in the day they weren't even invented. So it was very difficult. It was just CV and gate basically. People used to connect all this stuff together. So now it's very easy to sync up to your computer system or another synth via MIDI or however you want to do it.
And it's all real deal analog stuff. There's
Absolutely.
no digitally controlled.
Purely analog.
I love this transpose 2 octaves up.
It's really cool, yeah.
Yeah, I love this.
And then you've got this interesting proportional pitch control.
Yeah.
Which you're having to go with early.
Yeah. Like I said to him, the one thing that put me off, if you've seen any of my other videos, I rely heavily on a pitch bend.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's got no pitch bend. You're like, no. These things.
Yeah. It's just a slightly different way of approaching it. So let's
Proportional pitch
Yeah,
control.
so that's basically pitch bends down, that pitch bends up.
Yeah.
And that adds vibrato or modulation.
Yeah.
So and then you can, but that's actually matched to the
I
yellow
program Pete into it.
Yeah.
That's what we were looking for, it's the exact rate.
But if you did want to have it slightly quicker, or you can do that as well. It's adaptable. And then you've got the bend down, but it has a massive
hang on,
range.
let's get
Yeah,
in there.
have a go.
So it's like aftertouch.
Basically,
pitch.
yeah, for pitch, yeah.
Very
or
posh.
or whichever one you want to.
And it was like
control.
this back in the day.
Yeah, originally actually it was on a knob, but then they changed it to be this.
You've got to give
You've
it
really
some
got to
welly
dig
in there.
yeah. It takes a little bit of getting used to.
Yeah, but I kind of want to get good at it. Like that.
But you've
Dive bombs?
But what's nice is that on a pitch bend, on a pitch bend
The
where
possibility.
it's fixed the range,
Yeah.
and sometimes you want more than just a tone or whatever each way.
Yeah.
On here, you literally can go
You
miles.
could get well
down.
good at that.
Yeah,
Like a
it's-
computer game.
Yeah, that's right. And
We
you
were
just
talking
get-
about Pro Evolution. He's got me convinced to go back to Pez. I'm going to give it a go.
It's the way forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, or you can just do your little glides up.
Yeah.
All the way down. And obviously then you can just adjust very
You
easily.
can find your own
Yeah.
vibrato that you like.
And also that is pressure sensitive, so if you want a really wide.
Yeah, so Pete is what, 2 hertz?
Yeah.
If you want to dial that in at home, we'll be selling the preset. Pete, Danish Pete.
Yeah, it's got it.
Do it into the mic. Voice of God vibrato. Available on Bandcamp. He's got backing tracks and vibrato settings. That's it. Honestly, there are some fiery backing tracks. I'm unplugging them for him
That's
because he
fine.
can't do it himself.
Do you get that included?
Yeah, you do now.
Right,
now,
okay.
from now on. That's great fun, and it's a solid bit.
Yes,
I'm just
really
gonna
well
do,
built. Yeah.
We've ended up doing like a full video on it, but yeah, this will probably be all about the Arp Odyssey and how to get into it. But it's lovely, and these it's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's all
So
right.
I
Got
get-
aluminium chassis here as well.
Portamento foot switch.
Yeah, so
oh, I
this-
like this XLR thing. That's
yeah,
very
you
chunky.
can put XLR or jack, so it's nice.
You put audio through it, and it's got some CV kit. I'm sure you all know this, but I didn't. I haven't ever sat down or had looked into it.
Yeah, also over here in your kind of real-time sort of area, if you like. You've got Portamento as well. So you get that glide going.
And it had a foot switch for it, so you
Yeah.
can trigger that.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
So yeah, so that's what the Arp Odyssey is about, really.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's been an odyssey of some sorts. That was terrible. I'm sorry.
I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, I know. It's just so I killed it. Good time to end, I think.
Yes.
And we're probably going to move along our buffet of Korg goodness. Thanks again, Luke. Cheers, man. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the Andertons YouTube keyboard channel. If you play guitar or bass, or you're a drummer, or you're into music technology, you might find one of our other YouTube channels interesting, and I'll put links to those in the description below. So if you'd like more information on the products we featured in this video, please click up here. If you'd like to watch another video from the Andertons keyboard channel, please click here. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt like the one I'm wearing, please click down here. And if you'd like to subscribe to our keyboard channel, please click down here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.